Stay.
A disturbing attack rocked a busy pedestrian mall in Boulder of Colorado in United States of America on Sunday, injuring 6 people and prompting a federal terrorism investigation. The suspect, identified by the FBI as 45-year-old Mohamed Sabry Soliman, reportedly shouted "Free Palestine" and wielded a makeshift flamethrower during the assault on a peaceful gathering advocating for Israeli hostages held in Gaza. The FBI quickly labeled the attack a targeted attack of terror, and U.S. federal agents are now leading the investigation. Mark Mikulek, the special agent in charge of the Denver field office of the FBI, confirmed that law enforcement is treating the incident as ideologically motivated violence. No formal charges were immediately filed, but authorities stressed that Soliman would be fully held accountable. The victims, whose injuries ranged from serious to minor, including possible burns, had gathered as part of Run for Their Lives, which is a volunteer initiative calling for the release of Israeli hostages in Gaza. The ongoing war between Israel and Hamas has heightened tensions worldwide and fueled a surge in antisemitic violence across the United States. Witnesses described a harrowing scene. Video footage showed a shirtless man believed to be Soliman carrying containers in both hands while being confronted by a police officer with his weapon drawn. One bystander could be heard yelling, "He's throwing Molotov cocktails." Soliman was also injured and taken to a hospital for treatment. Authorities haven't released details about the nature of his injuries. Meanwhile, Police Chief Steve Redfern declined to speculate on the motive, citing the early stage of the investigation.
So what I will tell you, on Pearl Street, it's a walking pedestrian mall downtown here. There was a lot of people out. Very beautiful day. There was a group of pro-Israel people that were there in a peaceful demonstration. I wouldn't even call it a protest. I believe that happens frequently down here. They were there in that area. We are looking and actively interviewing victims and witnesses to determine if that group was targeted or others, and we just don't have those answers yet. Those are things we hope to be able to provide you later this evening. So I've been in contact with our local FBI multiple times. We are in contact with them here. We are not calling it a terror attack at this point. Again, it's way too early to speculate motive. I know there's a lot out there on social media, but I ask people just to give us a little bit of patience while we work through a really complex scene. A lot of witnesses were here. We've taken them to another location to debrief them and interview them. As we do that, I think the picture will become more clear. But it would be irresponsible for me to speculate on motive this early on. We're only a couple hours into this thing. I haven't seen it, and I wasn't here when he was arrested. All I know is it's an adult male. We're working to identify that person. We're working to figure out where they're from, and we're in contact with our federal partners as well. I ask for a little bit of patience as we do that, but also I ask that you join me in thinking about our victims, the families of those victims, and everyone involved in this tragedy. Our hearts go out to them, and we are going to do everything we can to work as hard as we can throughout the evening to provide more information and get answers for everyone. With that, as I stated, it would be irresponsible for me to speculate right now on motive and other things. I will take maybe a handful of questions, but then I've got to go back to a briefing.
Multiple blocks around the pedestrian mall were evacuated in the immediate aftermath. Armed officers, some with police dogs, combed the area for threats and urged the public to stay away. The mall, which is a popular spot in downtown Boulder, was still under tight security late on Sunday evening. Meanwhile, U.S. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem said her department is actively coordinating with intra-agency partners, including the FBI, to respond to the attack. FBI Deputy Director Dan Mungino posted on X that the agency will speak clearly when facts justify it, calling this incident a clear case of ideologically motivated violence. Colorado Governor Jared Polis responded to the attack, stating hate-filled acts of any kind are unacceptable and pledged continued monitoring of the situation. Investigators remain on the scene and more details are expected in the coming days as authorities gather witness statements and examine forensic evidence.